Welcome to this session with your Abhishek sir. Today's session is for class 7 and we'll deal with history as a subject, and the chapter we'll go through is Rise and Spread of Islam. Now before going into the chapter, I would like to state that whatever I am going to speak about the topic is from the book Cambridge Connection History and Civics Volume 7, written by Dr. M.P. Rosario. If any person, any group, or anyone has any objection to the content of this video, will have to verify the content with this book. And I would like to state that I am only explaining the book content because many students read this book, many ICC CBSE students read this book, and I am only interpreting this book and explaining the book content to the student, nothing else. So I am not responsible if anyone is hurt by the content of this episode. Thank you. Now let us come into the topic. The rise of Islam is a significant part of the history of medieval world. The popularity of the religion resulted from successful military campaign, etc., and this made it a subject of much interest. We must remember that at that time Arab was divided into tribes or kabilas, and each kabila was led by a chief. Many tribes were nomadic, but some settled in cities and practiced trade or agriculture. They emphasized on family cooperation to strengthen the clan system. Since they did not follow any single authority, they were constant in fight between each other over resources. Each tribe had its own god or goddesses who was worshipped as an idol in a shrine. The tribes had to meet at Mecca once a year. In Mecca, there is a cube-like structure called Kaaba, which housed idols from all tribes of Arabia. The Kaaba was the center of Arabian religious life. Each tribe would make an annual pilgrimage to the shrine. Muhammad was born in 570 century in the city of Mecca in Quraysh tribe. Being orphaned, he was raised by his parental grandfather Abd ul Muttalib and his uncle Abu Talib. Muhammad was a righteous and spiritual man, and he spent his time meditating in cave. He disliked idol worship and was concerned with the tribal clashes and economic inequalities. He believed that worshipping different deities led to these differences. Around 610 century, while meditating, Muhammad received a revelation from angel Gabriel that God had chosen him as his messenger. Gabriel recited the words from God or Allah to Muhammad in verse. Over years, he received numerous revelations which were compiled in the Quran. Muhammad started preaching that there is only one God, and that is Allah, and only He should be worshipped. Thus, Muhammad founded the religion of Islam and began his journey as a prophet. His wife Khadija was his first follower. Then his family members and other tribal people also became his followers. His followers came to be known as Muslims, and Quran became their holy book. Muhammad forbade idol worship and emphasized on goodness and service to all. By 622 century, Muhammad had many followers in Mecca, but the monotheistic ideas of Islam faced considerable opposition. Muhammad was forced to migrate to Medina. This journey from Mecca to Medina is known as Hijrat. The Hijrat marks the beginning of Muslim calendar. At Medina, Muhammad set up a political community based on Islam and returned to Mecca and seized it in 629 century. Numerous Arab tribes converted themselves into Islam. Mecca and Medina became their holy place. Medina became their administrative capital of the rising Islamic State, and Mecca its religious center. The idols in Kaaba were removed by the people as Muslims faced the shrine while offering prayers. By the time of Muhammad's death in 632, Islam had spread to entire Arab peninsula, thus uniting the warring tribes. Principles of Islam. Islam showed the path to attain complete peace through voluntary submission to Allah's will. Muhammad preached that there is a single God and that is Allah. Islam was established as a monotheistic faith. There are articles of faith on which research the faith of every Muslim. They are as follows. First we have that believe in one God, and that is Allah. That is, next one is believe in angels. Then we have believe in all prophets and messengers. Next is believe in God's revealed books. Next is believe in fate or predestination. And the last one is believe in the judgment day. 5 pillars of Islam. All Muslims perform 5 duties which are called the 5 pillars of Islam. Let us discuss them one by one. Number 1. Shahada or faith. Muslims must declare their faith that there is only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. Number 2. Salat, prayer. Muslims must say their prayers 5 times a day. Each prayer has certain names. They must face Mecca during namaz. Number 3 is zakat or charity. Muslims must contribute a fixed portion of their income to charity to help the poor and needy. Next we have Swan, that is fasting. Muslims must fast from dawn to dusk during Ramzan. Last one is Hajj, all pilgrim to Mecca. Muslims must make a pilgrim to Mecca at least once in their lifetime. Now we will study the Islam after Muhammad. After the death of Muhammad, he was succeeded by his loyal companion Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr took the title of Khalifa or Khalif. The Khalif was the religious and political head of the Muslim at that time. Next to Abu Bakr was the Umar. He became the Khalif after Abu Bakr. And under both, the military force of the Arab conquered new lands with a great speed and spread the Islam. Umar was followed by the Uthman, and then he was followed by Ali. After the death of Ali, the Caliphate moved into the hands of the Umayyad dynasty, and after that the Abbasid dynasty. The Umayyad Caliphs established their capital at Damascus and adopted the court ceremonies and administrative institutions of Byzantine Empire. They also introduced the concept of hereditary succession. Under them, the Islamic Empire stretched over areas like Iran, Central Asia, West Asia, North Africa, and parts of Europe, including Spain. After 90 years of rule, the Umayyad dynasty was replaced by the Abbasids. The Abbasids shifted their capital to Baghdad. Under them, the Arabs came to be associated with greatness and glory. Cairo, Damascus, and Baghdad flourished and became centers of learning and knowledge. Their material prosperity allowed the Arabs to develop a new Islamic architectural style characterized by minarets and domes. The growing political aspirations of the Muslims brought them in direct conflict with the Christian world. The conflict later came to concentrate on the city of Jerusalem. The Christian Pope launched crusade or holy war to reclaim the Holy Land of Jerusalem. India and the Arab world. The Arab had trade relations with India since pre-Islamic times. As Islam spread in Arabia, the Arab traders brought their religion and culture to India. In 712th century, Arabs under Muhammad bin Qasim invaded and occupied Sindh, but they could not move further due to the Rajput kingdoms. The Turks. By the 9th century, the Arabs split into many kingdoms, and they were all independent kingdoms. Among them were the Turkish kingdoms of Ghazni and Ghor. Their rulers launched series of invasions into the Indian subcontinent, paving way for the establishment of Muslim rule in India. With this, I end this video. Do like this video, share this video, and do not forget to subscribe this channel. I will suggest you to follow my Facebook page Abhishek Sir Online, where you will find more details about this chapter. Thank you very much.